Alright guys and gals, here we are back with the Up-Scaled Santa Minifigure by Lego. This is set number 40820, contains 761 pieces, retails for $54.99. Set was provided by the Lego Group for the review. Thank you, Lego. And yeah, this is what we have done so far. Not too bad, but it's not really quite a collaborative build. And in addition, we had discovered that there's 6 bags listed in the book, but there is 7 in total. Well, upon further inspection of the building guide, I had found out something very interesting. Here's a bag 6 right here. Okay. And I thought I saw it. There's another one. So let's take a look here. Yeah. There's a misnumbering in this book. So for those who are non-believers and say Lego does not make mistakes, yes they do. Even I have made mistakes. Yes, yours truly has. But so far the build, it's probably at a 9, 9.5. And it's pretty good. It's interesting. I haven't lost interest in it. And I first thought when I saw this is probably something that I'm not interested in, but it's not bad of a build. And so, in today's installment, I'm going to see if I can flip through the million bag 6s here. And we're going to start with bag number 5. And I'm going to see if I can do 5, 6, and 7 in this installment, which just pretty much involves the head. I think that would be a good place to start as any. Okay, let's begin. Let's build it with bag 5. Let's have some fun here. And today is September 20th, 2025. I was going to do this the other day. Life got in the way, unfortunately, so I could not do any more with this. So hopefully today I can get this one built and out the door. Between 2 memory cards I have about 50 minutes, so I better step to it here. And yeah, oh, I like this, and it's printed too. Isn't that cool? I've seen these around a few times. So when we get to the 2 bag 6s, as I actually have a bag 6 and 7, what am I going to do? I don't know yet. I really don't know. And also I'm trying something new. I keep forgetting this camera has 2 memory cards. So I got 2 memory cards in the camera right now, and I'm hoping that when I do, I'm going to have to see which button I program to actually toggle between memory cards. But this one does not switch to the other one. I have to manually do it. Oh yeah, I got to do that. So I'm learning some new stuff here. Is that dark green or earth green? Yes, it is. Yeah. So last night, I had a bunch of us on Discord just kind of hanging out. That was really fun. Reminiscing old memories of what I used to do back in the day. And yeah, I kind of miss doing the old live streams and stuff. I just gotta... It's time. That's the only problem that I'm having issues with, or I would bring those back. And for those who didn't know, I used to do some Minecraft videos, and yeah, I forgot all about the gaming channel until somebody really had mentioned it. I was like, you know, I forgot all about that. Maybe I'll have to revitalize that channel because it's kind of dead at this point. Well, we'll see what happens, but right now, we have to focus on sorting through the most smallest parts possible today. I'm looking for a regular cheese slope here. And I don't see much, and it's white too. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so I'm just trying to plug and chug at this set and get it out of the way. I want to get back into my own custom builds. I'm getting behind on doing tutorials at this point for next year. I have a lot of ideas, just no time to film them because reviews, it's just been hardcore. And I don't want to be like 90% done with all this, and I got hit with, or I'll get hit with more. I don't know yet. And what is this all about here, huh? Maybe this is part of the beard, I don't know. But I'm just trying to get things done here in terms of gathering up free time. So, you know, that having been said, that's pretty much where I'm at now with this Lego stuff. I only have 2 sets left, so I have, you know, with this one here, but I have a gingerbread house that I haven't done yet, and that big giant family Christmas tree. Okay, start pulling out anything that's yellow at this point. So I am going to be working pretty much non-stop again doing reviews, and review land is not fun, and you know, it gets to me after a while. I kind of want to do my own thing. I'm still doing somebody else's interpretation of an idea, and I could see these parts being used for other things, but you know, I can't do that right now. I don't know if this is critical or not, so I think the single hole is supposed to go like that. Don't know yet. We have no clue. Well, it's getting covered, so I don't think it matters. I think this is the head. But, well, tell me, that's Santa's guts inside. They just shoved that in there. What was the point of all that for? Just to add more parts? Let's see if that's actually anything important, or is that just some kind of a filler. Sometimes Lego will just do that. But I am just trying to get a bunch of things done here. I'd like to get back into tutorials, like I said. There's that big restaurant that I'd like to do. Can't do that. The camper I've been kind of put on hold because I can't get the parts due to tariffs, so that's on hold indefinitely right now. I have a bunch of smaller tutorials, but I don't have free time to do those too. You know, I don't have any free time anymore. And like today is Saturday, so when Sunday night comes around, I'm done for. I can't do anything for the rest of the week unless I get home from work early and do some of these. And now I got to do dreaded evaluations, which is not going to be something I'm looking forward to do. So yeah, work never ends, folks. It never ends. So that is not going to be fun. I got to do some homework. I still got to file reports for Lego for these sets that they're sending me for review. I hadn't even done those yet. I think I need to cool down for a bit. So I just got too much on my plate. And it's like YouTube memberships. I don't know if I'm even going to have a tutorial ready to go. Never had anybody complain about it, per se. But if you're taking the time to sub to that, you know, I'm not going to shortchange you. I'd like to at least give you something to take home, like a consolation prize or something. Alrighty. Oh, okay. I forgot to put a piece down here. Yeah, oh yeah, I do make mistakes, and these are not to be construed as professional product reviews, how-tos, or tutorials. These are just meant for fun. This is just a hobby of mine. I have to read that off because, you know, well, yeah, so for those who are my regulars, you know. Yeah, but I mean, I'm just kind of swamped with works-related stuff. Got 7 minutes left on the memory card. And then now, I mean, so we're just basically doing the figurehead right now. But at least Lego has woven in some very unique colors for something that's not supposed to have these colors into this build. So that's always something fun to do. I did the sub step before I did the main step. So yeah, so now we know that there's a misprint in the book, not a surprise piece or anything. So what do? I don't know, I'm putting these in the wrong. Yeah, so just doing a lot of these sets after a while, they do get to me. It's just, at this point, it's just gotten to be more like work, where I'm on deadlines, I have to finish up something at a certain time, and yeah. Now, I can reject sets if I choose, but I'm always afraid if I do, Lego won't send me anymore, so I have to be very careful. Alright, and then this goes here. Or it goes some way. There it goes, like that. There we go. Well, that's really nice. Huh? Doesn't look like much of anything yet, but we're getting somewhere. Alright, I got 5 minutes left on this card here. I'm going to let it go. So I'm keeping an eye on it, so don't worry. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to fix for dinner tonight. Haven't figured it out yet. So this is a mirror from the other side. I didn't know that. I didn't really... I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't pre-read the head in the book for this. I just kind of skimmed through it and found out about the misnumbering before somebody points out, oh, you made a mistake. That's Lego's mistake. It could either be the bag or whatever, but I think it was just meant to have 7 bags. Some people don't like the, you know, my freedom of speech and expression on here. I'm sorry, but it's part of the gig. You know, I mean, it's keeping my interest. So at least I'm giving you some romper room style here. It's not a bad build. It's keeping me entertained. I just didn't have time yesterday to finish it up. I thought about it. I saw it in here last night, but I was on a call, and I thought, well, I don't want to get on a call while I'm filming this because an hour-and-a-half episode could turn 5 to 6 hours. Because everybody on call is on video, and I have to, you know, stop and take a look, and they will, you know, always get, hey, can you take a look at this? Sure, and you know, it just drags it out. So, if I ever do live streams, there will be no guest video. I know that much. Unless I'm doing face cam, but I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. I keep putting that on backwards. How are we doing on memory card? 3 minutes. Okay. So if it drops out suddenly, then you know. Okay, and then this goes here. Like that. Alright. Haven't had any rude comments, but I think because I've been blocking them all lately, because I've turned a new leaf now. I've been more unleashed. One person did ask me, I don't ever really hear you cuss in these. Yeah, I used to back in the day, not anymore. More families watch these, so I don't cuss in my builds. You know, I don't need to be bleeping and censoring out stuff. You know, so we're just gonna keep it Smurfy here, and use the word Smurf for the bad words. So I don't have to worry about anything here. I don't think I'm going to make this all fit here in this build installment, so I'll have to do a split on the memory card here. You know what, I may just do it now, because I don't think I'm going to have this thing done. Anytime there's a lot of small parts, yeah, so let's stick that there. And let's see how this flipping thing works. Okay, so this camera here is kind of weird. It wouldn't even tell me which slot I was selecting. I had to hit record a few times to find out which one it was. But it says it's recording now. We'll see how well this works here. So, yeah, it doesn't do it automatically. It's not that advanced, so yeah, we'll see how well this goes. Yeah, I'm still learning how to use this goofy thing. I'm hoping the focus is still working, because it's turning the macro on and off and all this stuff, and I was like, oh, can we just not do that? So I think this is just the minifigure head we're building. Goes like that, but that's kind of weird. Unless this piece fits in here like that, but it doesn't. Or that could be the back. Alright. I'm hoping to have enough memory to finish this up, because if not, guess what I'm going to have to do? I have to stop for probably a day and do edits and reviews. So yeah, it is the right memory card. I got 39 minutes left. Can I get this whole thing done in 39 minutes? Probably not. We'll see how it goes here. Kind of weird using a mud guard in there. Hey, but I'm always after those, so I don't care. And then this piece goes on the face. There we go. Looking pretty good, isn't it? So I think the back part of the stocking cap just kind of rests on there. Yeah, there was no way I was going to finish it up in that last memory card. But we have a bunch of studs here. Did we forget something before somebody points it out and says I royally messed up and cusses me out over it? I don't see anything. There's a bunch of green studs. But now, you know, let's see here. As I have 3 of them, and I should only have just that. Oh, okay. There was something I forgot, and it's buried in here. You know that? I wonder if I can pop it out. It's right. Remember those nose cone things? I don't think I can get to it from here. It's buried in there, like some just random junk. That's what those go under. But you know what? It's not falling apart. I'm not going to tear that whole thing apart to put that in there. So I forgot those. Yeah, that happens from time to time. That's what we had remaining. Okay, now we're going to have to decipher which bag 6 we are going to be looking at here. How do we know? Well, this one's got a dark plate in here, it looks like. And let's see what we're building. Looks like we're building the beard. I would have probably assumed that this one would be it. I can see some white parts in there. So I think this is the correct bag 6 for 6.1, I guess. I think that looks like about it. So, for those who have a fit and say I did it wrong, well, sometimes Lego does have bloopers in their stuff. I do that in my own building guides. Not saying I'm perfect, you know. But I heavily proofread my stuff. Even still to this day, I'll build some of my older builds thinking, ooh, I could clean this up and make it better. Alrighty. Okay. So, looks like this goes here. So yeah, bag 5 does the head. Looks like bag 6 is going to do the beard. These little corner pieces are so cool. I just don't have enough of them, you know. What I'm gathering is that we're building mirrors. So let's do that before we do anything else. I think this is going to go a lot faster instead of just trying to, you know, trying to make it all one at a time. I mean, I'm limited on space on memory cards. I can't buy any new memory cards. They're just way overpriced now. And I just don't want to throw away money into that I could use for buying parts to make things. When I got all these cards, I was only expecting to film in maybe up to 2K, but 4K seems like it works pretty good. So I don't want to just, you know, do that. Okay, so this one here, oh, we're not done yet. Never mind, I thought we were done. Okay. It's all white parts now, so now it's we've kind of hit that milestone where the build's going to be very boring until we get through it here. The beard part is just, it's all white. Let's start sorting because I'm having a hard time trying to find parts here. We do need this, but we don't need this until later. So let's start sorting things out. What I'm looking for is some of the plates with bow. And yeah, if you're like me and you're working on a white table, yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a little challenging here because nothing's standing out at this point. It's just kind of washed for me. And Plus it helps too when you're looking at the building guide. The mirrors are on opposing pages. It makes it easier to do it. So if we can't find it, we start pulling, like I'm finding duplicates of these. So we'll set these over here. Let's put these over here in wedge plates, because I don't have a whole lot of space on here, you know, to work. I did get a request about doing face cam on these. Yeah, I don't have a GoPro, or I have a second camera, but I mean, I'm going to be honest, I really don't want to spend all my free time editing on the computer. That's not fair to me. I get home and from work, do a lot of computer work throughout the day, and get home and do more computer work is not fun. Not for me. Well, at least this blue and these yellow pieces are sticking out like sore thumbs. That black up there is. It's still humid today. It's like in the high 80s, so it's from that rainstorm. Boy, I swear, guys and gals, we're going to get to it eventually. I just haven't found the right parts yet. I'm finding everything else but this guy here. We have this guy, or was I not paying attention? Where did it go? Yeah, because this is backwards, but I'm sure it doesn't go like that. Because here it shows this thing, so why is that in here? Okay, here it is. And then now, let's start sorting these out here. Yeah, there's just a lot of little white parts in here, just tons of them. In one bag, you're going to have to go through all this white stuff to get to it. And no, we're not done yet. We got to do more. So let's do more here. Let's keep these here. I need these and some 1x1s. Remember the old-fashioned ones, now they make these lower profiled, but now we're making them regular profiled again. But I did get a comment, it was an older comment, I build too slow on these. There's plenty of the speed builds all over YouTube. Knock yourself out, kiddies. This is an adult channel, not for kids. Now, if you're a kid watching this and you have patience, I tip my hat off to you. Okay, so now we're done with that. And now we got to take the piece that we worked here. This goes on this side. Just press that down in there. That means the one that we did its mirror of goes here. See? Save me time. Well, it's starting to look like Santa Claus. We're getting there. And then now it looks like we put it on the body. Okay. Oh yeah, by the way, I will be moving the camera a lot in here. I'm sorry, I have to do it. So this plugs into there. Alright. So it looks like it's self-guided, I think. Now, I don't trust this. I'm going to hold on to it like this and just pop it in there. Be careful with. We don't know how fragile. I don't want to press down on these and just have joints breaking, and I break a part that I cannot replace. So there you go. So it looks like now we're going to be focusing on the beard. We're still working on the beards. Bag 6 does the beard. So we're still doing that. We just did all that now. Now we got to go back to using white parts, but most of these have been sorted out by now. Yeah. Now, if I run out of memory card, like I said, I can delete some files off of this one here, because I've already did some of the, it's that silly rock set that I had to do, and at least I got that. I just got to do part 3 in the review today. And I haven't gotten to that yet, because I'm doing this, because I really want to build. I don't want to just sit and edit videos today. And it gets hot in here real quick. I slept until like 11:30 today. Somebody got mad at me over it. I'm like, hey, listen, I've worked all week. I have that right to do, just sleep in, and that's what I did. Some people want me to get up at 5 a.m. every day, and no, I'm not a farmer, I'm not a rancher, so I am not doing that. Or an oil field worker. If you do that stuff, cool, but no, I gotta have my time laying in bed doing nothing. I gotta be unproductive at least one day out of the week. Just so I can afford that thing that just turned on, which is the air condition. Which is expensive, by the way. It's why I'm waiting for winter. So then I can just turn it off. And then I can hear, oh, it's too cold, you can flip on the heat. I'm like, oh, really? No, I don't want to do that. Alright. Yeah, I was watching this old TV show. I couldn't sleep last night. I had a hard time falling asleep. I was just dozing off to that old show, Home Improvement, with Tim Allen. I forgot how silly that show was. It was cool back in the 90s, too, when it came out in the early 2000s, I think. But now watching it again, it's like, yeah, I remember this stuff. Not anymore. That old classic TV stuff is just cool to watch. The other channel that shows all the old classic TV shows was off the air for some reason, but we had a big storm. That station's always off the air half the time. The cartoon channel's off the air. A lot of them are just go off the air for a while. I'm like, really? And I don't get to listen to that when I'm dozing off. So what do? I just play some videos on the tablet and doze off to those. I mean, it's something to listen to at least, you know. And I don't know. I'm looking for more 1x1 plates. I don't see them. Did I make another boo-boo? It's showing 2 1x1s, but I don't see them anywhere in here. I got these. Let's go back. Yeah, I had to do one of the most boring colors out of this book. Huh. Hate to think I made a mistake on the beard, but I didn't. Yeah. Nothing in my hands, of course. But I have these. But I need 2 regular plates. I'm going to check here and find out. I don't see these being used here at all. Oh, yeah, they are. Let me check the bags real quick. Because there are nothing in these bags like here. Lego, I hope not, because I'll have to ding off a whole whopping 5 points for that. Let me go get my bin. I will be right back. Okay, so here's my 1x1 plates. I got plenty of them. What happens if you don't have a part and you're missing it from your brand new set? You contact Lego's customer service and they'll send you some replacement parts free of charge. Not too bad. But when it's a set like this that hasn't been released yet, that's a little bit of a problem. And we'll see what we have here. So I dragged my own out. I didn't see any on the floor. The manual doesn't have any of them in here. And I checked all the bags for those who don't believe me, because I get that all the time. Here's bag 6. Nothing in there. It's all flat. So is this one. So, yeah, it depends, because I hate to think to give this a 4.5 out of 10, because of course the manual was misnumbered. I had to guess. And yeah, let's see here. I don't want to jump to conclusions yet. Okay, we can put these in here now. Well, Jay, you already got the parts. You don't need to be hard. Well, if this was my first set I ever got, and here's the deal. It's about waiting for the part. And now with everything in its current status here in the States, yeah, the wait could be months. And at that time, I've already lost interest in the build, you know. So how do you do that? Just go in your collection, substitute parts. But for me personally, I don't like to do that unless, like, if I lose a part or something. We'll check up here really quick before we do. I just don't want to waste my memory card going through and have to analyze things. I know some do, but I don't want to do that. All right. But anyways, though, back to the bill. We rotate this around, and yeah, so see, we've already have some misnumbering issues here. But this looks like this would be the correct bag. When I have to question, that's where we have the problem. But this is the beard. Obviously, this is the top of the beard. And, well, I think it is. We don't know. And now we got to build a mirror or something. How much memory do I have left? 22 minutes. Yeah, I'm going to have... you know what? I may split this thing up into another installment after this and then do the review. I don't know. I'm trying to think here. So let's do it right now while I'm trying to find all the parts for this. I'm going to do my mirrors, but I want to thank everyone on my main channel for being contributors. It's always a big help. That funding goes towards making more awesome stuff and just gets me time off of work so I can do more of this cool stuff instead of have to go to work and hit the grindstone. So it means more tutorials for you to view. And then I want to thank all my Patreon supporters. That's always a big help because it's the same thing. That's the same thing. As well as my Rebrickable customers. Thank you for purchasing building guides. And I try my best to keep those errors out of those building guides, but you know, sometimes there's a gremlin that gets in there and messes everything up. And that kind of thing. Hold on. Okay, it goes like this. I was looking at that, kind of weird. It's kind of cool looking, but yeah, so at least I'm honest and I make mistakes on these videos, and I don't do it intentionally though. Alright. So I think I'm thinking of splitting it down to 4 installments. I think that might be better. We'll see here. When we got to the white parts, it just went down to a slow crawl here. I just feel like I'm doing very slow here because it's all one color. And I have these. And I do not have those as a spare. If we're missing a bunch of parts, that's something else. I may have to open up the other bag. Don't tell Lego royally screwed up on this one, because if they did, yeah, I will flat out give it a 0. I have no problem with it. Let's make sure here. I wish they'd give you an inventory sheet of what's in each bag. I don't see any of these here. Let me go back through it one page at a time here. Okay, see here. We have these. We used them on the front here. Okay, I did that. Okay. I'll open up the next bag here. I may have to just drag this out and make this a very long build installment. Because if I have to go back through and figure out exactly where I left off because of the very sloppy packing. Well, this one wasn't packed sloppy. It's just the instructions they don't line up with the parts that we have here. 1 through 5 was pretty good. When we went up to 6, I'm lost because I have these. They go in the very end here. Right here. They go right here. We can put those on now. But I'm missing the little pieces that go on the ends here. This part right here. But I have 2 of these. Those I would have known if I would have had, but I checked that, and we don't. So, for those who get their panties in a knot, yeah. Lego, did we really mess up on this? Alright, let me, we're supposed to put the beard on next, but I'm going to check the next bag and see, and if it's not in there, I have to give it a 0. At this point, this is really messed up. I mean, let's go through it again here, just for those who are non-believers. We're looking for all the parts here. We have 4 of those. We were shortchanged some stuff. Yes, Lego does make mistakes on stuff here. It happens, you know. But if you're a consumer buying stuff, it is a pain to get parts, especially here in the United States. So we're looking for corners here. Now, like I said, I make mistakes, so don't construe these as a professional tutorial. See, these right here, and these are right on this right here. These things. We didn't use those. There's no way to attach those there. We have these here. Let me make sure here. Did I make a boo-boo or not? I think I did. On the sides here. Oh, I thought that was a 1x1 plate. And that thing. Let's take this off. Well, it's falling apart now, but that's due to my negligence. So for those who've cussed me out, I've had it happen, you know. I mean, I make mistakes in these, you know. I block people too. I mean, I'm not bashful about it. Let's fix these now. At the very beginning, be careful with this, because you can easily royally mess up like I did. And yeah, Lego, I think honestly, either way would have worked, but we were short the plates. Now we recovered those. Now I got to figure out how these go back together again. So I'm going to index it as that, but the beard is just, it's just another thing that we have to deal with here. Let me line it up with this one here. Okay, that's been fixed. This goes on this side of the figure here. Let me put it in frame so you guys can see it. Yeah, I'm kind of already getting tired of working with white parts anyways. I'm ready to get off this one here. Like I said, I want to get back to my own tutorials, not somebody else's builds, but we're here right now. I can't wait to read the comments on this one. Oh, man. And here's the deal. If it's negative stuff, I'll just block you, you know. So kindly guiding me is one thing. But no, I'm, you know, with the mecha team leader thing, I think I blocked probably 17 people on that one for cussing me out on that. It was not a fun one to do, so it's like, Jay, why do you block people so much? Because of mistakes I make. I mean, the whole point about this is to make mistakes. To show what you do. If you do boo-boo, sometimes you're going to have to troubleshoot your build. I'm glad I did not open up that bag, but, you know, it's just... We're messing with parts that almost look similar, but they're different. So yeah, like I said, we're still holding at a 9, 9.5 right now. So for those who are ready to roast me, just be careful. And so we don't need these anymore. I can put those back in my container that I had around here. See, this is where I'm burning up through memory card storage. Is this. And I only got 14 minutes left. So yeah, I think I just need a break from Lego for a change, you know. I want to put together my own things. Like, I could see some of the parts on this being used for other builds, so yeah. And that's what we have remaining there for bag 6. And this goes here. Like that. So just set that in there, and I'm just going to, holding on to the back here, I'm just going to suck that right in. And I think that's how it goes. Yes, it does. Okay, well, I barely survived through that. And yeah, so we managed to get through that. So for those who are probably cussing me out in the video, you probably earned yourself a block. For those who waited patiently, we fixed the problem. And yeah, now we're going to have to decipher that one.